do this tour video of the pyramids and all of these things, and they want me to go, and I'm like, dude, you don't even understand my accent. How are these people gonna understand me?
So people don't understand I mean, people really, they don't understand your
I
accent.
think now is better,
Uh-huh.
but when I just got on the ship, I had this deep South African accent.
Uh,
And especially Latinos with their Spanish accents
mhm.
couldn't understand me when I speak. I always had to slow down.
Oh, they had,
Even now, sometimes I have to slow down.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Wow, man. So do you hear the difference? I don't know if you
No,
hear
no,
it all.
for me, it sounds normal. For me, it
It's
sounds
all
completely
the same.
normal. Like my wife doesn't pick it up anymore
Uh-huh.
either. But if I talk to a stranger, especially somebody that's from, I think mainly South America or even New York,
Uh-huh.
English people, they
Yeah.
don't get my accent.
Oh,
So,
wow. That's interesting. Okay.
so
Well, I mean, this is really cool. You're making an exception for me. And you know what? It is so interesting doing this
mm,
because when because when I was periodically I'm like, okay, who's someone I could talk to?
mm.
Who's someone? And then when I thought about I was like, JJ's a communicator. Like,
I'm a communicator in the house.
yeah, okay. So, but that's what I'm learning.
Yeah.
In certain contexts, in certain situations, people aren't just like, "Hey, how's it going?" This situation, and then next situation, same thing. It could be like,
Yeah.
"Sorry."
It's like in the house. It's my kingdom. I'm comfortable. I'm in control.
Uh-huh.
But push me in a social environment, I can still carry my own relatively well.
Mhm.
But at some points, I'm like, let me just go and hide away.
Oh, interesting. Has it always been like that for you?
I actually been way more introvert when I was younger. I had to practice. I got books. What's the guy's name? The Inner Circle. It's like I studied psychology, but I found this book. It's a dating book. It teaches. It's from this guy who trained uh, uh, Tom Cruise and all these famous people. So he wrote a book, and the whole program is more a self-development program, how to be comfortable than actually dating women with simple exercises. And some of the exercises is kind of ridiculous if you just look at it, but it makes you more at ease and realize people don't judge you as you think they do.
Right.
So doing that and just kind of putting myself out there. And then in South Africa, I created a social group called the Inner Circle that I just took like random people like me that were struggling socially, or people who just got there. That's like international students and that type of thing. And I just created the social group where you go on Facebook and you're like, hey, I want to go out tonight. And all these random people would just show up.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of helped me.
Yeah. That's interesting. I would consider myself a people person, and then teaching, and I've been a teacher and a classroom teacher for a long time, and then the pandemic came and then pushed me into online teaching, which I had no plans on doing ever. And you know what? I realized after a few weeks, and then after even keep going a few months, and here I am 4 years later, I'm a better communicator than I and I was, I was decent. I thought I was a good communicator then, but I'm better now because of being pushed in that into that position. It's interesting how.
Yeah, I tried this and I watched my first video with photography, and my photography skill wasn't where I thought it was. I was way overestimating my photography skills back there to a point where I thought I could teach people. I did teach one of a few people just like freelance, the basic, the science behind it, all that type of stuff. But I watched my first video I made and it was like horrendous. And I never got done it again. I didn't think I really have a passion to do these type of things. Just like I was bored, let's try it. I was like, but then I went back and checked some of these YouTubers, photography YouTubers I watched, and they showed their first video. This is the same thing. They all were kind of bad with their first video.
That's the thing.
Like you just have to keep on going.
Yeah.
And that's like my friend with his fishing videos now. I'm just telling him, hey, no matter what, keep on going. And I'm like, okay, I think you can do better. Yeah, but overall you're doing so good.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Everybody's bad at first.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Practice
No
makes
one
perfect.
is amazing
Mm.
at first. And that's part of the process. I mean, and that kind of hindered me from, that's part of what hindered me from starting, because I was like, things
scary.
bad. Yeah. And then I got over, and then here's the big thing is I have, you know, a little bit of support and backup with a friend with the visual stuff, because the visuals were really important to me. And then he's just a friend of mine in Turkey, my buddy Ferdi, and he's so good that he gives me confidence that I didn't have. I'm like, dude, you make me look amazing.
I get that. It's the same with watching it. I'm like, dude, you look like you have a few drinks in and you're fishing and you're enjoying yourself. So I'm like, maybe I shouldn't. And then my kids are like, they're setting up a broken computer because they see him doing it now and they're pretending. I'm like, maybe I should start a YouTube channel for my kids.
Yeah.
They're like, we're busy cooking in the kitchen. And I'm teaching they take turns. So I'll cook with the 5-year-old and the next night I'll cook with the 7-year-old. And they set up the computer like a broken Apple. They put it up, camera up, and they're making the YouTube videos.
That's for them. And who knows what'll end up happening. I mean, you know,
they're doing the whole thing. They're like, subscribe, like, and I'm like, where do you girls get this from?
Yeah. That's awesome, man. By the way, before I forget, here we go. So
I replaced it, so it doesn't matter anymore.
Right. So here's your key that I, you know, so we're in your Airbnb, your home / also your Airbnb, right?
Yes.
How is the property kind of?
So it's a double house. The front house is where me and my family live, and then the back house I converted into tiny small rooms. That's pretty much a concept of, it's minimalist and it's affordable. So, and then I push high volume through. So the average guy can afford it because I don't supply or give anything that they don't need. So if they want something, they have to look after themselves. And that's a concept that's worked for me very well. But over the years, I had to adjust and change as well. For my family, for the people that lives here, I started off pretty much because I didn't have papers and I had to work. So we started off, my in-laws were living in the back house, and in the front, we just took the extra rooms and popped bunk beds in. So like Spencer that lives here, he came, he stayed in a bunk bed in this room. Then I built like a tiny, tiny room for him to stay there. And then I moved him to this room. He's been with me for 10 years now.
Oh, he's been there that long.
Yeah, it's the same with Jesse. I think he also started there. And then when I opened up this section, he moved into his own room in the back. He moved out, he moved back, and now he's staying in a caravan in the back. So he's been here for almost 10 years as well.
Oh my gosh. Wow. And so full disclosure, that key return is from my stay here, and I'm gonna defend myself. But to be honest with you, I got so comfortable here so fast. It would have felt weird for that key to not be in my pocket. But you know, it was just me.
Yeah, that happens. It happens more than you think.
Okay, I was wondering. I was worried to ask. Am I the only?
No. I have 2 locks and keys on hold all the time.
Okay.
Because you're used to it. You pop it on your belt, you go out, and everybody just pop it back in their pockets. Not a lot of people, and then they just leave, and they're like, "Oh, I forgot about this," so don't feel too bad about it.
All right. And the thing I've really liked about being here, and thank you for being such a good host, man.
You're welcome.
You do this Airbnb host thing better than pretty much anybody, and I've stayed at a few.
I'll take your word. I've never stayed in an Airbnb. From the other side, I'm completely clueless. I just try when I see something is missing or something, and I can change it, upgrade a little bit here, upgrade a little bit there, and keep it as good as possible for the price that I charge. Because I can't. You have people come in and they're like, "Yeah, dude, we're so great if you have a swimming pool," and I'm like, "Good, I can't have a swimming pool for $30 a night."
Yeah.
Or they're like, "This is," and I'm like, "Hey, This is minimum price, minimum living situation, and I do what I can.
That's the thing. I mean, and even for my travel style now, I want to have the access to the place. I don't need all the extras and the luxury this and the thing that's going to make me, I mean, it's comfortable, but
It's nice.
there comes a point where it's like, okay, if you're not going to be that much more comfortable if you keep paying more. You're just
and you're never in a place,
right?
Like my bed. Okay, it's busy changing over to very female orientated. It hasn't happened, but a majority of the guys who come and live here, or a big part, is guys who just work. They come and sleep and they go to work. I originally bought that section because my in-laws were still staying here, and I had guys who came here that was mechanics at the airport. And they were staying on bunk beds for like a month, 2 months. And I told my wife, if we don't do this now, we're going to lose these guys. So I went and I moved my in-laws out into their own place. And I started converting that whole big room into it used to be 5 rooms. Changed it into 5 little rooms. And back then, it was like, these cordial sliding doors. There were no ACs. And I just winged it. And slowly off. And then, when my kids were born, I couldn't do this because at some point you still had a lot of party vibe coming through. And I just couldn't deal with that with 2 babies. Right. So I shut it down. And then when I reopened up, I put the proper doors in and I changed everything more functional towards Airbnb than permanent people. Yeah. Like mechanics who just need a place to crash. That's quite a kind of adventure because when I had the Airbnb, you'd have, like, I'm social, so I'll be washing dishes and the one guy come and talk and the next guy come and talk and I bring the bottles out. And then they would keep going out to Miami. We'll be partying until like 11 o'clock at night. It's not that late. Yeah. And I had the one night, I had these guys, it was some rave music festival in Miami. I can't remember the things now. A very popular one. I can't remember the name now. But I had majority of the group came for this, but I had this guy, and I think he had a crush on the girl, but very church boy. This. He came in, and they went to buy like this cheap juice and a bottle of vodka. And I woke up 3 o'clock in the morning, and everybody's want to go outside and have a cigarette. Wow. And these party guys are just stopping me, and I'm like, hey, dude, what the hell? I walked outside. This guy is so drunk, he's just puking everywhere. Wow. Yeah. And at one point, he's laying down making snow angels in his own puke. So I'm just sitting with this guy, cleaning him up, making sure it's okay. And very nice guy. In his bed the next morning, I'm like, hey, he's like a hose pipe washing off the wall, biggest hangover ever. I understand if you're traveling, if you're here for, okay, he wasn't here for a party, but he was kind of trying to impress the girl. Mm-hmm. But with 2 babies, you can't do that. You kind of have to be a little bit more careful. And there was a few stories like that guys come for parties and either a little bit loud, or the 1 or 2 occasion where you have to kick somebody out, or so I had to calm it down a lot for like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, man. Well, obviously you learned a lot.
Yeah. It's not the vibe at all anymore. Like, it's very quiet, very peaceful.
And you can hear a pin drop in here most of the time.
So I think that was one situation, but I think generally I might have been a bad influence because I start talking to them and we start drinking. But bunk beds draws another crowd than small rooms. Yeah, that's a good point. It was a very much younger tourist crowd, students, that type of thing. So this has changed completely in that sense.
Yeah. And so, I mean, everything's, from my experience, and I was here for 10 days.
Not longer?
It was like maybe a couple weeks.
It might have been a couple of weeks. I think it was longer than 10 days.
Right. Yeah. It was probably about 2 weeks. It was just easy to fold into life here, and you kind of get, okay, so there's a room there, here's the kitchen, things are here, there's the bathroom, we've got to take turns, and so you just kind of fall into you kind of you're like, where's the rhythm? And you
Yeah,
kind of,
and you were here 24/7. It's not like you were here just a few hours. You knew exactly what was happening. Yeah.
yeah.
So no, mostly it's very peaceful. It's like once or twice that you have a problem when you have to kick somebody out or something. It does happen.
Yeah. Yeah. And you handled a little situation with me very well. I'm pretty much a good guest, but there was a little complaint with my neighbor next to
You're
me
teaching early in the
because I was
morning.
teaching in my room. Ton difference, my Asian students, and
I
versus,
forgot about it already.
yeah, but it was funny because I'm so even in the just few days I was here, I'm like, okay, JJ you're constantly cleaning, fixing, just whatever.
You have to. You can't. I don't understand how people. Okay, this is a little bit a different model than just a single unit. But if you have something like this, you have to be a 24/7, especially when people make noise.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. And you're, really responsive, just like, through the messaging, through the app and stuff. And so I was already in that short time, I was like, well, okay, JJ's in and out of here a lot and taking care of it, and everything is so clean. Even the bathroom, like I was prepared for the bathroom to be a mini disaster.
Yeah.
You can eat off of the toilet practically. I mean, I was so impressed, but so I'm like, okay, well, he's, always in here taking care of the place, being the good host that he is. And I heard this and I was like, man, he is doing repairs in there and fixing something early. It was again, I'm like, he's going for it, but I'm up, so it's not a big deal. And it was my neighbor trying to.
Oh, yeah. He told me, he's like, I knocked against the guys. And I'm like, hey, there's quiet times. There's quiet times from 11 to 7 in the morning. After and before that, you can't do anything.
Yeah.
Unless somebody is really excessively noisy. There's movement around the house. You can't expect everybody to just be dead quiet.
Right.
That's unfair. But, yeah, I don't think you made noise in the quiet times. But all we did, we just moved you to a place further away. We isolated you.
Yeah, which was super fair. So thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Appreciate that. You're and that's the thing. You make decisions about the little conflicts that might come up, or little things, that don't go. If something doesn't go perfectly smoothly, you're ready to manage it.
Doing it for 10 years, so you learn all the tricks.
Yeah.
And you learn how to spot some of the problems beforehand. So in the beginning, I was very like, you feel awkward texting people, all these things. Now I have it set up. Everything is automated. There's like 20 messages going through before you move in. If somebody does something, I'm like, okay, cool. Let me just go and do this, take care of it, and it's done.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had anybody when you go like, hey, a little bit more quiet or whatever, that they have a problem. I just had like this one guy, he's been coming here for 10 years as well, on and off. But he still said in party vibe. And I had him out twice. They were in the back, 3 o'clock in the morning. He's like, Don, I'll send this to him. Don, just quiet a little bit. People are sleeping.
He's just completely unaware.
He's like, yeah, but he knows Jesse. So Jesse came in and then he's like catching up, and then made friends with Kevin here, and then him and Kevin come back, and it's just like, I'm like, hey, people are sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good. Well, I mean, it's a good energy here.
Yeah.
It's very comfortable, and people are friendly, so that makes sense. But so do you? I mean, it sounds like this place has evolved over the years. Do you have any thoughts or plans on what to do in the future? Or?
So for right now, it's actually kind of moving away from Airbnb and then doing more permanent tenants, because I do homeschool my kids as well.
Oh, that's right.
And you go to all the activities, and then my wife works extremely long hours, so the times we get to spend together, I'm stuck at home to do a check-in. It's not hard work, but I have to be here, and I can't go with and really enjoy the family activities.
Yeah.
So the plan is to more or less move away from the Airbnb model, or within Airbnb have longer stays. And that's pretty much the plan. Like I got Delisha now here. She's been here for about 4 months now. She's still going to be here for a while. I got one of my other guests who just came back. Sounds like she's going to be here for a year. Because it's Spencer's 10 years. Jesse's about between 7 and 10. I'm not sure. And then I got somebody who's coming back in April. That's only Monday to Friday. So that makes my life a little bit more relaxed in the sense of where I put my priorities.
Yeah. Oh, good, man. So then, I was actually wondering that, like, when do you get a break? But
3 o'clock in the morning.
right. And that's about it.
No, it seems like a lot of work, but the actual work is small bits. So in between, I got big breaks that I'm like, like you said, I do my kids and things as well. So that keeps me busy. But compared to what normal people do, a 8-hour day, mine is maybe a 6-hour day, but it's just split over 24 hours.
Okay, I got it, man. So you make it work.
Yeah, I make it work. It works perfectly because if I had to do a normal job, I wouldn't see my wife. My kids, the average parent spends 45 minutes a day with the kids. I get to spend 15, 14, whatever amount of hours with them. I'm very lucky with this.
Yeah. And then your relationship with them is probably just different than...
It's you can't ask for a better relationship than I have with my kids.
Yeah. And your girls are adorable. I was lucky I got to meet them, and they're cute. And
they're grandma now. My mother is here until the 4th. She's going home on Sunday.
Okay. Where is she coming from?
South Africa.
From South Africa? Yeah. Wow. Very good. So when did she arrive?
About a month ago.
Okay.
Exact date. I'm bad with dates, so the exact date I can't tell, but about a month ago.
Yeah, and then she's here until when?
Till Sunday.
Okay.
She and my stepdad, so they came for the holidays, Christmas, and we showed them around. And
have they been here multiple times before? Or no?
It's my mother's 3rd time, my stepdad's 2nd time. So, yeah. But they have to go back. He starts working on Monday.
Yeah. Do you visit South Africa from time to time?
I haven't been back to South Africa in 10 years.
Oh, it's been that long.
Firstly, I have to close down the whole business if I go. So that's you lose whole month income. We do support my in-laws as well. So that kind of takes money away from our disposable cash. So it's a little bit more difficult to go. And you have to be careful where you go in South Africa as well. So luckily, if it's family, it's in houses and stuff, so that's fine.
Okay, that's interesting. Is there anything you miss about South Africa, or is life here and the food?
So I love America. Miami is a town I've lived in the longest. But the food is boring. The food is boring. Like South Africa, you have French cuisine, you have German, Dutch, you have Indian food. If you go to Joburg, you have Portuguese food. And then people love experimenting. So you have this mixture of new food being created out of the old food. So yeah, my wife is Chilean. Sorry, their food is boring. It's like you throw a potato and you throw a piece of corn and a piece of meat in, and that's it. That's it. If I put spices in, half the time, if I cook for my father-in-law, he won't eat my food because he just doesn't eat food with too much flavor. And that's pretty much all over. Like South Africa, we would go clubbing and you go to a gas station and you get the best pie. So you would get yourself a pie, 3 o'clock in the morning, still on the pavement, have your Coke, have your pie. Like you would have meat bins, chicken, burger pies, chicken, but whatever you can think about. And that's a gas station. So to say, I miss the gas stations in South Africa. And you go to a gas station, there's somebody filling up your gas, they would watch your window. Only now I realize they don't really have to check my oil, but every time they check your oil, the people is more social there, more opening. Apparently not that much anymore, but when I was there, we would put a barbecue in front of the yard and all your neighbors would be there in a while and all the guys would be, you would know your neighbors. Yeah, not that much. But I also think it's because you got a gated community and it creates more community atmosphere there.
I see.
So those are things I miss, and mountains and the sea. It sounds like I miss everything. But yeah, you got the ocean, you got the fishing and all that type of stuff. But I used to mountain bike and I used to go boating, crayfishing. We used to have like moonrise hikes, and you have outdoor festivals, outdoor shows. And this is a small, it's a smallish town, like 45 minutes away from Cape Town. So it's just a complete different culture and different vibe. But it's not as safe. You don't have electricity, and once you're in Miami, you get used to. There's so much free things to do, so many things to take your kids to. There's still great restaurants. There's still festivals you really look, but it's not the same. But it's also what you used to as growing up.
Right. Are South Africans people who kind of stick around South Africa, or do they kind of travel and see the world? And
because South Africa was kind of secluded for a long time, people didn't travel much. It feels like people are traveling a bit more nowadays because it's more accessible. But there's still, you have pretty much people who would have left the country, has already left the country. The people that's there, no matter on your race or whatever, they would die for the country. They would be, no matter what happens. But everybody is good people. Like you do have, like, everywhere where you have your small batch of people that causes the trouble. But you can go to anybody. If you have Indian friends, they would invite you to the weddings. They would invite you for festivals. They would invite you to everything. White people are saying, if you have black friends, they'll do the same thing. So people are very friendly, but it also depends where you are in South Africa. I'm a little bit explaining Cape Town and Durban to you, but if you're inland, it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
Like I had the one time, my mother taught me respect your elders. So my stepdad told us to go and pick up one of his workers, oldish guy. And I open the door, I'm like he wants to get in the back of the car. He's like, no, boss, you get in the front. I'm like, hey, get in the front. And he felt so honored and respected because I told him to sit in the front of the car, because people in that area don't really do that. So it depends where you are as well. Like where was this? I can't even remember which town they lived in. But if you're more inland, it gets a little bit like that.
Okay.
But if you're coastal sides, it's very open, very friendly, very inviting.
Okay. Yeah. Is that where I think travelers or tourists go usually?
Depends what you want to do. Like, if I recommend anybody go to Cape Town. Cape Town is, you got the mountains, you got the ocean, you can go fishing, you can go diving, you'll freeze your ass off, but you can go diving, you can go, like, just between my house and my work, there was like 150 wine farms, entrances. And each one had its own restaurant. So if you're traveling, and it's the safest area as well. So traveling there is the best part. If you want to experience the Zulu culture, still have your mountains, a little bit more tropical weather, tropical plants, Durban area, and Natal is very nice. Inland, I don't know why anybody want to go to Joburg or Pretoria. There's nothing that I can advise on a tourist level. I grew up in Pretoria. Now, if you go to Leidenburg, I can't even remember what you call it. It's mountains, and it's just beautiful. You have nice rivers, waterfalls. We went once. My mother, I kind of picked this up for my mother. We call it adventures with the kids. We just get in the car and we drive wherever and we explore. So we went to Leidenburg. We also, my grandmother stayed there. So there's one place we went to. The guy he's a sculptor. So he would make life-size animals out of clay. And he had like a spaceship and all of these things. And at one time we went, my mother's like, oh, there's Lady Falls. And we drove. She walked down with high heel shoes down this mountain, all the way down. And it was this most beautiful waterfall, just like a tutia. I'm afraid of heights. I didn't go to the end, but my mother then went down and checked it out and stuff. And it's stuff like that that you discover. It's just beautiful. We kind of do it here too. I can't even tell you the places, but we find the most random places. We came back from I think it was a baby shower. And I decided, screw it, if we're driving inland. So we're driving the Prius. The Prius got like 6-inch ground clearance.
Oh, okay.
And I want my kids to experience at least a little bit of farm life. So I'm looking for cows and stuff. I don't find anything. This side is all cattle. And I finally find this place to turn off. And it's full on dirt road. So I'm going slowly. And it's like a horror movie. This is road that we're supposed to climb off. Closed, So I was saying, no, you can just go up. We're in all the way to the end. And they had this little beautiful lake with a little jetty in. There's just kids fishing. We pulled in a magnet fishing, and my kids were left throwing it in. And on the way back, I'm driving the Prius on a dirt road, and we're hitting it like 40, 50 miles. The thing is just like bouncing. My Prius seen more off-road than most Miami Jeeps. So, yeah, we go and stuff like that. And it's just, you discover more things than you just go to like, the tourist areas.
Mm-hmm.
I'll take the map and just zoom in and see, okay, there's something. Let's just see what's on the way.
Yeah, got it. Good, man. So you've had just your life experiences, professional experiences have been so interesting. You worked on a cruise ship, right?
I ended up on a cruise ship. Like I was doing photography or pretending to do photography. I had my camera automatic setting. I shot 1 or 2 weddings. Like I was sitting with this German couple that this one German guy organized me, and I took photos, but everything was like automatic with my 1855 lens. Ran out of batteries. They were happy. Because they almost paid me nothing. It was just like experience. I came to South Africa for this destination weddings. So, but anyway, so I'm working at this restaurant, Dornier. It's actually a German restaurant, although wine farm. And winter, there's nobody there. There's nobody. So this one random woman sits there, and her friend took an hour to come there. So I start talking to her, and I'm talking about photography. She's like, yeah, she does photography. She wanted to go on the cruise ships. And she kind of talked into me, and I'm like, yeah, I'll go on the cruise ships. Like a week later, my girlfriend left the country. I'm most probably never going to see her again because she's German. It seems like I'm all German. She's in Germany, and I'm on my way to work, and I'm like, college, work, and I'm like, okay, college.
Yeah.
I did my course. They still like, oh, it's going to take forever to get in. I get to the college. Like, I got some good news and bad news. Like what is it? They're like, you get to go on the biggest ship in the world. I'm like, and the bad news, they're like, you're leaving tomorrow. I'm like, how?
Really?
I'm like, call, take over, go away parties, go and talk to my landlady, organize everything. And we had the nicest South Africa you still have made. So I was living like this, but I lived in a rich house. The woman I lived with was really, really well off. Like if you think AT&T, ex-husband and her set it up in South Africa. So they got divorced and he's based and so she got this nice house. And she just rented out the room for almost nothing to help me out and to have company in the house. So she was fine, but she got a maid and a garden boy. I just went put everything on the drawer and I closed the door and I'm like, okay, you two go in and fetch whatever you want to because I can't take anything with. So I never left the country. I end up on the ship. I was under the impression you still have some time off to settle, whatever. They're like, there's your camera, you're shooting. I'm like, I just did this course, but I don't have no clue how this worked. Like, I was so bad. They had me shooting the characters with the kids. I was just running up and down, and you get lost on the ship. So in the bottom of the ship, you got the I-95. They call it the I-95.
Okay.
That connects the one side to the other side. But then you have to know to climb out. I was on a Lua and Oasis. This thing got 10,000 people. I can't remember how many stories it is. So you completely get lost. And so we traveled everywhere. I ended up in Mexico, in Cozumel. now I told you about our adventures.
Mm-hmm.
I finally got, so if you reach your targets enough times, you get maybe 1 day off in 9 months, in 6 months.
Okay.
So I got 1 day off and I go rent a scooter. So instead of going to tourist areas, I hit this dirt road and I go all out and I find this little farm. It's like these skull heads, animal skull. It's like look like something out of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And I'm taking photos of all of these things and stuff. And I hit it back and the scooter breaks. Sorry, the scooter breaks. Sorry. Beep.
Yeah.
So I'm standing in the middle of Cozumel. I don't know where I'm at. And I'm like hitchhiking back. And I get back to the place. I'm like complete hard ass. I'm like, I want my money back and I'll tell you where the scooter is. This guy's, I'm going to call the cops. Policia, policia, policia. He runs out. And luckily a guy speaks English came in. It's like, okay, there's your money. Tell me where the scooter is. And he went to pick it up. So I almost ended up in prison on a Mexican island.
My God.
Over a broken scooter. And we also, like South Africans, we still drive stick. And I would sit back. If you want to be macho or whatever, I'll sit back. And we all crew out and these guys like that. And I don't know how these guys forgot to drive. We sitting in the middle of Mexico and they're like, nobody can drive the car. And it's pouring down with rain. Everybody is soaking wet in this Jeep. And I'm like, okay, cool. Move aside. I'm like, drive back. And everybody's just grabbing onto the roof because it's material roof trying to stay dry. We got back to the ship and we were soaked. It's an adventure. We also did we did Jamaica. I can't remember the city's name. So we also go out in a taxi. We organized a taxi to come and pick us up. And I still went on. They got these floating things in the water. And I make a backflip. And this guy is in the water. And I hit my head. He's out. I'm like grabbing and pulling him in. Turns out this guy's in the middle of the ocean. He can't swim. So we have to swim him out. And now we have to go back. And our taxi doesn't show up. It's like funny, we grabbed just a public taxi. We were running through cameras, bags. It looks like a war zone. Because you know how Jamaica looks like. And it's just like through these taxis. We just made the boat, the ship. Yeah. We almost missed it. And yeah, my girlfriend at that time did do that. She didn't miss it. But they literally announced, because we went out as well, same thing. We rented a car, went out, and she came back. She said, no, I'm just going to go to the shops. And I yelled, tomorrow, you're on the ship. It's like, on the last second, she got back up. No, it was an adventure. It was extremely fun.
Yeah.
But it's not something that I would do again. You work really hard. And then I met my wife there. And I'm a very spontaneous person. So I met my wife. She's like, nah, I don't want to get married. I don't want to have kids. But I'm talking to her and she's like talking about her cousins and she's talking about her family. I'm like, hey, this is a really, really nice woman and stuff. And I really feel for her. So I decided I was going to propose to her. So we're sitting in, so I go to Costa Rica and I'm like looking just for a pretend ring to actually propose. And she, for instance, so I go and get this ring. This thing was like, it would have been big for me. She still had the ring. So I'm like, I'm planning. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. We get back in our cabin. Now the cabin is this tiny room, one bed, one space. And I'm like, will you marry me? And she said, yes. She's like, yes. Now we're traveling through the whole Mediterranean. But her family is in Chile and in South Africa and in America. My family is here. And I'm like, we're going to screw somebody over. Let's just get married here. So we had our not really symbolic wedding. We decided to have it on Mykonos. And so we scout these areas, got this nice little restaurant that we sit with emails and organize everything with the woman. She made the best cake. And there's not a group of people as, I don't know what the word is now, open to host people as Greeks. My experience, they might be a little bit rough with the way they talk, but they love treating people. So they just went out of the way for us. So we found this little chapel on the beach. And we're like, okay, cool. We're going to have our wedding in front of this chapel. But we're going to walk to this. And if there's somebody, we're just going to walk past to the beach. So we got my friend Mark, and I really thought he was going to mess this up. So my wife is writing everything to him. So the whole crew, her friends, my whole department get on the bus and we go. And because I'm a photographer, we have like 6 photographers taking photos. We have GoPros. People thought we were like celebrities with all the paparazzi running around. And we end up, and Mark just gave the perfect speech. Her friend, we didn't even choose a song for the wedding. Her friend just pulled up, I think it's like 1,000 words for our wedding song. So now that's our wedding song. And it just all turned out perfectly. And then we lost the wedding video. So I don't know. I tried to put it on YouTube at a point to share with my mother, and YouTube kicked it off because of the song.
Oh, because it was.
And I don't know what happened to it. So we at least have photos.
Yeah.
But it was one big adventure. When you have time, it's a big adventure. But you work so hard. My wife was working 16, 17 hours sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I worked on the big ships, was doing like 12, 14 hours. On a smaller ship, I was doing like, that was relaxed. We did like 10 hours a day.
Oh, okay.
So
My gosh.
it's experience.
Yeah. Would you recommend the experience? And I'm assuming you would recommend, if someone's going to have that experience, do it as young as possible or not necessarily?
So I did it at 28.
Oh.
Depends where you are. If you're American and you do it for the experience, do it as young as possible. Never longer than 4 contracts. Because you know what the Stockholm Syndrome is?
What's that?
So in Stockholm, this girl that was kidnapped. And after a time period, the kidnapper opened up the doors and she wouldn't leave. And my personal opinion is people who stay longer than 4 contracts on the ship have Stockholm Syndrome. They don't leave. So you have your it's like your Russian gay people. So they're gay on the ship, they straight back home. Because they can't be. So you have a big part of that and they stay. You have a big part of alcoholics because nobody realizes what they do. And then you have your Filipinos, Indian people, and I guess South Africans now, because it's money. And then it's such an addictive lifestyle. You come, you work, but while you work, you have no responsibilities. And you have this fake lifestyle. And then you get home and you have money. You take your family and you treat them and you everybody's favorite uncle, favorite aunt. You take your parents out. So you get that dopamine rush when you're home.
Mm-hmm.
And then most guys go home, they spend everything. And by the time you get on the ship, they don't have anything. So it's not like you save up or anything. It's like, but on the big ships, we had such a nice culture kind of preparing for this, is that when you get back, your first 2 weeks until you get paid, no. Everybody would just buy drinks and cigarettes, and what's on the table, you can drink and smoke. And then before you go off, you're the guy buying everything. So you're never without money. It's a very big community. Do you need some out? You got it?
Yeah, I'm grown. I'm not.
No, if I got. There we go.
Hey,
Thanks. Thank you. So, so you have to be careful. And if you go, a lot of Americans, it's generally because it's your musicians, acrobats, and they work like 4 hours. But I've heard a lot of the guys complain about their vocal cords because you sing for 4 hours. Or you jump from trampolines in the middle of the ocean into a swimming pool 2-3 times a day, and it takes a lot of strain on you. So if you do it for 1 or 2 contracts, yes. Anything past that, I'm like, be careful.
Yeah. What's the length of a contract?
A contract is supposed to be, if you just do a straightforward contract, it's 6 months on, 3 months off. But and the longest I've been on board is 9 months that they've extended me. But it's also so brutal. So me and my wife got together, we engaged and everything. And I was shooting the restaurant just so I get back. My boss is like, "Oh, you going home?" I'm like, "When?" He's like, "Tomorrow." I'm like, me and my wife are both in tears.
Oh my God.
And then you're not guaranteed of the same shit back. So I'm like phone calls and emails, making sure I get back to the same ship my wife is on. Otherwise, I'm not seeing her. And then we decided it's our last contract. So she kept on, she was extended, and then she kept on extending, so we leave at the same time. So her longest contract was 11 months on board.
I see. Yeah. Interesting, man. Wow. And so, I mean, I assume you're glad you did it.
Yeah, I'm glad I did it. It's like there's good things and bad things in your life where you like, if this didn't happen, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Every girlfriend that did something, or every boss who did everything, pushed me where I'm today. So you can't go and say, "Hey, I wish that this didn't happen," because if you say that, you technically wish your life didn't happen. But as an individual thing, I enjoyed it. I kind of have back problems, so that kind of killed me on the ship. That made it a little bit more difficult because the ship constantly moves, even if you don't feel it that much. You feel it on your back after a while. And like with photography, with the amount of photos you shoot, you start feeling your risk, you start feeling all of these type of things. But the experience by itself, I would do it again I would like to do it younger, but yeah, I will do it again.
Yeah. If let's fast forward, I don't want to make your girls grow up too fast, but
Yeah.
you know, one day they'll be big girls, and what if they say, "Dad, I want to try that cruise ship thing"?
It's their choice, so I'll support them. But I wouldn't really want them to do it. It's a very loose culture.
Yeah.
You would literally have,
Wait, so do you say LOSE or LOOSE? Lose or loose?
I think, loose. So you literally have the girl, she walk with her boyfriend, and she'll be pouring her eyes out crying because she's going home. He would get off the ship and she walk off with another guy. Like if you think university culture stuff that happens, like things I didn't do, but I think some of my girlfriends, anything goes. So people get drunk, people get, like I had guys I talked to, we never did anything. I don't know how the hell they did this, but guys were like on board and they were stealing money from the from the photography department, and then they were buying. My friend told me, it's like everybody in the whole department when he was here was on all the time. Sexually, relationship wise, everything is very loose. You would have people who would have on board wife, and they would have a land wife. So,
and so did, I'm assuming the land wife didn't know. But
no, they wouldn't know that.
Right, but with the ship wife,
the ship wife would have a land husband too.
Oh.
That's literally cases that I know of. They would come, they'd stay together, they'd be like a married couple on board, and they would go home to their wives and husbands and kids. So, would I really like them to have that experience? No. I wouldn't. It's like, I wouldn't like my girls to go and club and use drugs and stuff either. But to some extent, it's going to happen. I just want them to know that they can call me. At least if they're in a club, they can call me.
Yeah.
If they're on a ship, they're on a ship.
Right.
But the regulations on the ships has gotten stricter now as well. So like when I started, we could still smoke in our cabins. And that was the worst because nobody would smoke in the cabins, but one guy will. So everybody could go and smoke in his cabin. So what happened with us on that ship was your last 2 weeks, you get your own cabin. Before that, you share. And me and one of my German friends stayed next to each other. And it was just a dream. But then he decided he's going to quit. He's going to go home. And the Serbian guy moving in smoked in his room. And the ACs are connected. So you sleep in your bed and it's like this bombardment of smoke blowing on your face from everybody that's smoking in the room. You walk out of your room, you wash your uniform, you walk out and you can't smell it. So they completely cancelled that out. You're only allowed to smoke in the smoking rooms. Now you go in a smoking room, it's maybe as big as this. No, maybe, let's say that's about 4 times as big as this. But there's like 60, 70 guys smoking at all time. You walk in, it's this white cloud. You walk in, you walk out, and you stink. So like things like that is changing now. And apparently relationships as well. Before they account you for being in a relationship, you has to be in a relationship for a year. That's what somebody on the plane told my mother now. So it's not the same as it used to be, but if you want to go and travel, let's go on holiday.
Yeah. Wow, that's so interesting. And everyone kind of, I don't know, I guess a lot of people from the outside looking in, or maybe if they've been on a ship as a guest, they would be like, I could work here. I could do that. Look at those guys. This must be great. This must be amazing.
Your perception. We've had, when we got married, my wife's department went and gave us a guest cabin. They gave us vouchers to go and eat out as a wedding gift. And the lifestyle compared to that when you go on a ship is completely different. You have a cabin that's maybe from the wall to that wall. You have your bed. That's if you have your own cabin. You have a bed and you have a shade. So you have a toilet, you have a shower, and you have other rooms. So you share with this guy. And no windows, nothing. So for 6 months, you don't see the sun come up or set. If you work inside the ship, you might see the sun through a window. And then when you're off, like for a few hours, you're not off. You would have like 4 hours off between your shifts, and then you have to run and do whatever you want to do. It's a very present type of lifestyle. Now, my Allure Oasis I worked on, they had a massive buffet. You look about, we had Indian food, Filipino food, and then white food all the time. And then 3 o'clock in the morning when they take that off, they put pizza out. So you'd always have food. They had 4 clubs running for us. You'd be outside under the helipad. If we wanted to, we'd go on a helipad and we just check whatever. Like my one friend's birthday, we were all just lying, checking out the stars on the helipad. You can go up to blow-away. I hated that. They call it blow-away. You go up where the smoke comes out, but it's windy there. And we can go and party there. They would organize staff parties for us where they would shut down the ship's restaurant or after hours, their clubs, and they would just give us free alcohol. We can just drink. Then I went to Celebrity. Oh, and there you can smoke pretty much in any place almost. And then you went to Celebrity where you have this little room you smoke in. Their crew parties is like close to the incinerator under the floor. So you don't get this really, you maybe have a Christmas party that they block something off, but then they give you a voucher, you can get 1 beer. So it sounds like a dream. If you're alcoholic or you're hiding away or for some reason, it's perfect. I had this one Muslim guy from South Africa, and I was like, he came on and he went crazy the first week because he can't find his way to Mecca. He doesn't see outside. He literally went crazy. I'm like, hey, dude, just hold it out. The last 2 days, he's like, no, I'm going home after 3 days. The last 2 days, they had to lock him up in a cabin because he kind of lost it. So it's not for everyone.
Yeah. Interesting, man. See, I know you'd be interesting, easy to talk to. This is
going better than I thought.
Yeah. And it just give you a couple minutes to kind of get me up, and then the stories just coming. And and I won't take too much of your time. Are you on daddy duty today?
My parents is there, but I need to go and get some papers notarized and stuff.
Real quick. And I just randomly, I guess I was just kind of stretching my legs. I was like, let me walk down. There's a new stadium down the street that is...
It's the Beckham Stadium.
It's going to be called the Beckham Stadium?
I don't know if it's Beckham Stadium, but I think it has another name, Inter Miami or something. Or Inter Miami or something. I don't follow sport. I was just like, but it took them like 6 years to just get the thing approved to get built. This is their third location that they finally got approved, but it's going to be beautiful.
It looks gigantic, and I'm seeing some of the pictures out front. Kind of I remember when I was here staying and just walked by, and I was like, "This is going to be something special."
They got the main stadium, and then they're going to have, I think, 6 other soccer fields. The kiddies park stays, the water park stays, and then there's going to be a shopping center, and there's going to be hotels as well. And it opens, I think, the 4th of April or 14th of April.
Okay.
So they
push it.
It's closed. What they built there is in a few months.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So what does that mean for home values and anything?
If you look at this, Miami in general, I've had an increase of property value about 6% annually since I got here for like 10 years. This specific area, because of the plans of this, has been average 12%. And then they reckon if something like that gets built, you look at, as soon as it's supposed to slow down now, and as soon as it opens up, you look at a 25% increase. That's historically what historical data says. Now we have to see with everything slowing down. We've slowed down. It's 3 or 4% increase now, where a lot of the rest of the country is completely slowing down.
I see. And then could that translate for you? I mean, I know you're kind of transitioning with your thing and you're the kind of guests you have here, but could that translate to more guests and people when it comes to games and stuff?
I've already had now with this. So the team is practicing in Fort Lauderdale, and you have Messi. You have guys coming here. They don't have money. They leave their wife at home. They spend they have to come and see Messi. Yeah. And some of the guys end up, I think the last 2 guys, Messi was out on injury, so they didn't even see him, and they came and stayed here. So that doesn't really have an impact yet, but just Messi himself has an impact on my business. And just the way the business is changing in general, I don't know why. I've had an increase on French people, increase on Portuguese people that I've never had, and Indian people. I used to have Indian doctors who come and stay to do their internships, but now it's more just your average Indian people. So I think Miami in general, the tourist industry is either expanding or shifting direction.
Yeah. Well, cool, man. And more than anything, if you and the family want to do a game day or something, you just walk the street. You walk, what is like 5 or 6 or 7 blocks?
Yeah, it's about, I think it's like 0.8 miles. Yeah. Because we still take the kids. They got the park there that's still there. So they go cycling and playing in a little park. So we already go to the stadium, just to the stadium.
Awesome. Good. Well, I mean, I don't know a lot about soccer, but I'm becoming, especially being in Costa Rica, like I have, becoming more and more of a fan. And you've got pink Messi jerseys in Costa Rica now, and from adults down to kids, and so it's just people are really.
It's like a cult. The funny thing is, it's the Beckham Stadium, but if you talk to the younger crowd, they don't know who Beckham is. They should have called it the Messi Stadium.
Yeah. Okay. I think I just grew a couple more grays in my beard. I think hearing that. Oh, please. That's cool.
Beckham was when I was 18, 19.
Yeah.
With his Spice Girls.
Right.
So.
Exactly.
No, he's kind of out of the picture, so most young people don't know who he is. But he's part owner, that's why.
Exactly. Good. JJ, brother.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
This is awesome.
Very cool.
Much love.
See you again.
Yeah. Well, I'll believe and the flight here is not bad. And if you on the right day at the right time and early enough, like it's not that expensive to get here.
Did you come through for interviews or did you come through to stay?
Like the reason to come,
Yeah.
I came for a little bit of everything.
That's the best.
Yes, and
And the cold. Promise, we're in Miami.
but you know what? It's funny. That was actually, yeah, because I was like, oh, this is chilly, but it was a little refreshing too.
And it was really nice. I think last night was the coldest because we're sleeping on the mattress in the dining room because my parents are sleeping in my bed. And I'd never sleep with a shirt on. I found it uncomfortable. And like 5 o'clock this morning, I'm sitting there. I'm like, I need to go and get something. And finally, I'm like, okay, cool. We get up, close down the kids, get in, get a jersey, and go back to bed. I just couldn't sleep anymore.
Yeah, because who has? I mean, does anyone or do many people have heat or a heating system?
Generally, the central ACs have heat on.
Oh, okay, so they do have both.
But it's I maybe put that on 4 days a year.
Right.
That's it.
Right.
A jersey is more than enough.
Got it. Good, man.
Yeah.
Well, see you next time,
Cool.
brother. Yeah. Thanks so much for your time.
You're welcome.
And you know, you're a good guy, dude.
Yeah, thanks.
So this is awesome.
Okay. You need this because I'm gonna walk away.